This is the last video that I'm going to be doing on the track prep for the G35. Next video is going to be the track day, so we got a couple things to do, last final touches before the car is ready to go to the track. Let me go ahead and show you guys what we're going to be putting on the car today and what we're going to be installing. One of the things we're going to be installing is the sway bar end links. These are adjustable sway bar end links, and I'll get more into it once we go ahead and install these. But this is a very important thing for your suspension if you are lowered. Now we also have this tech inspection form that we're going to be filling out, just basic stuff, nothing crazy. So we're going to be filling things out and making sure everything is good to go, so I'll just keep you guys along in the loop for that. And the last thing that we have is an oil change on the car, since that's the very last thing and probably one of the most important things to make sure and stay on top of. And along with those things that we're installing on the G35, I'm also going to be looking around the bolts and making sure all the bolts that I see are tightened. The last thing I would want is the bolts to come out loose and end up losing, you know, a drive shaft or whatever. So gonna make sure that everything is good. Don't want that to happen. I want to have a good time. I don't want to be in the pits working on the car the whole time. So let's go ahead, jack up the car, go and do the oil change and the end links. Alright guys, so I went ahead, jacked up the car, and took off the OEM sway bar end link, and I have here the adjustable one. So the main reason why I'm going with adjustable end links is because I'm looking to have zero preload on the sway bar. So when you lower your G35 or any car, you are changing the geometry of the suspension, and you're also changing the geometry between the sway bar and your end link. So by getting an adjustable end link, you're basically getting your preload adjusted to have zero preload, just like they do from factory. You don't want any preload when you're driving straight on the road. The only time you want preload is when you're going on bumps and you're going around corners. As far as difference goes, this should make a pretty significant difference in the way the car handles. So let me go ahead and show you guys how I'm gonna have a zero preload and what I'm gonna be doing. So I ended up installing the passenger side end link already. So this is the exact same length as the OEM one. On the driver's side, I'm gonna go ahead and connect it from the sway bar. I'm not gonna connect it onto the lower control arm, but what I'm gonna do is lower the car, so once all the wheels are on the floor, then I'm gonna go ahead and connect it onto the lower control arm and then adjust this to the length that matches perfectly to where there's no effort needed to push this in, and then go ahead and lock the nuts and we should be good to go. That's how I can achieve zero preload the quickest way and easiest way. One thing to know about your sway bar, since I do have an aftermarket one, my aftermarket one is only as good as my end links are. So if my end links are trash and they're not working as they should be, my sway bar is basically useless depending on how bad it is. But before we can go ahead and tackle the driver's side, I'm gonna go ahead and do an oil change on the car while we're at it. And from what I can see right here, it is a little wet, so I might have a leak from my oil cooler. I did have one of the fittings kind of leaking, so it was a very small leak. I'm gonna go ahead and check out, see how everything's doing. If I see a leak, I have new fittings, so I can go ahead and put some new ones on. So what I'm pretty sure it is the seal between the sandwich plate and the OEM oil cooler. That's where I think it's leaking from. So I'm pretty sure I just need to tighten it a little bit more. I remember I didn't have the right socket for it and I felt like I was going to strip it, so I didn't go ahead and tighten it more. And then also looking at the fittings, there's a little bit of buildup right here at the bottom of both of them. So what I have is some Russell fittings, so I'm just going to be replacing this blue and red part since this is a one piece right here. So I'm going to leave these backings where they are since they're not really the problem. The cause of the problem is the seals in these. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace them with the Russell fittings I have, and then we should be good to go on that, and then we'll be good on everything else. Well, we get it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ew.
Wake up, mommy. I just pissed the bed.
What the fuck? Yes, I got that. There's gonna be no context to you saying that. It's just me recording the oil draining and then just you opening the door and wake up, mommy. Dude, hearing this oil is making me want to pee.
Oh, I hate that.
Do you ever just lay under your car when you're like working on it and just kind of look at stuff for like an hour?
Like, oh, hey, that's leaking.
That's literally what I was looking at, the leaks. everything is good now. I have everything installed, so the lines are all good to go. I ended up installing the oil filter, sandwich plate is tightened, everything is cleaned up, so now if I see any oil, it will be a new oil leak and I'll have to go ahead and find it. Hopefully I don't have to do this again, that'd be really annoying. So everything is taken care of. Oil leaks, that is this area. I know my rear main is leaking, but I'm not gonna go ahead and fix that because that would just be a pain to do. So the oil I'm gonna be running is Castrol Edge 5W40. This is gonna help out with just making sure that I have proper protection. I usually run 5W30, but I'm gonna be running 5W40 just for that extra protection, since the 40 weight will help out with that higher temperatures. This is what I want for the track, and honestly I'm gonna be running this for a while and see how I like it. The ENDLINK is in, and I'm going to be showing you guys the way I'm going to be doing it to get zero preload. There's two ways of doing it. This way, where everything's connected and then leaving these loose so you can adjust them. And the second way is basically leaving this unbolted, the bottom portion, and then putting it on once the car's on the floor. Either method works. This is the method I'm going to be running with. I don't know if you guys can tell, but when I'm twisting this, the bar is moving up and down ever so slightly. So this is zero preload, but like I said, this is with the wheels up. So I'm going to be looking for the exact same with the wheels down, and that's going to be zero preload across the bar. You only have to do it on one side. I was kind of worried of how I was going to access the ENDLINK, but then I realized that I don't have my fender liner in my driver's side, so I can access it perfectly, so I don't have to worry about anything. This came in clutch now, so I can go ahead and just adjust it, tighten it, and we'll be good to go. Alright guys, so I tightened up the ENDLINK and everything's good to go. So again, I checked all the fluids are topped off. All the leaks that were under the car that I was able to do right away were handled. The rear main seal will happen once I change my clutch. Now that I addressed everything that I needed to address, let's go ahead and do the checklist real quick. There's a couple things that I'll go through, but everything's really basic. So I went ahead and filled out everything on the tech inspection. It's really basic stuff, nothing crazy. Just making sure you have tread on your tires, making sure you have good brake pads, making sure that all your wires and hoses are secure. And then it goes into steering and suspension with wheel bearings, making sure they're good, no play, and steering being tight, making sure you know your tie rods are good to go. And for safety, we have seat belts, helmet, and then just making sure you have closed-toed shoes and also long sleeve cotton shirt. I thought it was gonna be way more complicated, but it's really simple. Go ahead and pause the video, read them, go through them, and kind of do a tech inspection on your car. That'd be pretty cool. But now that everything's good, let's go ahead and turn on the car and go for a drive. Alright guys, so this is actually recorded after the track day, so I can tell you guys exactly how the ENDLINKS feel. So I put them through the test, I know exactly how they feel, I know exactly how they react, and I can tell you guys it's a big difference. I wanted to see how it would feel like if I didn't put it in the rear and I just put it in the front. The front feels amazing. You can really feel how predictable the car is and how it's going to handle and behave. The ENDLINKS definitely did not disappoint. I feel like the car handled way better and very predictable, which is a huge part of what you want with your car. I definitely recommend switching out your ENDLINKS for adjustable ENDLINKS if you have your car lowered, if your car has aftermarket sway bars. Both of those are big deals. Definitely take care of that and make your car feel a lot better. So in the future, I'm putting ENDLINKS in the rear, trying to help out, make sure the car feels really good everywhere. So there you guys have it. That was the ENDLINKS on my G35. I really recommend getting that mod on your G35 or 350Z. I definitely think it's a must. I definitely think it is worth upgrading if you haven't done so already. And if you do have adjustable ENDLINKS and you didn't really know what to do with them, that is how you do it. You do zero preload so you can get the best out of them. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys learned something. This was a really cool one to do just because I actually got to test them out on track, and now this is me recording it after I went to the track, which the track was awesome. So the next video coming out is going to be the track day. I hope you guys are excited for that one just as much as I am to edit. Really cool to, you know, drive the car hard and definitely learn a lot about the vehicle. Hopefully by the time it comes out we hit 5,000 subscribers. That would be a really cool thing. That has been the goal this year since the beginning of the year, to make it to 5,000 subscribers, and thanks to you guys, we're really close to doing it. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Like this video if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts of the ENDLINKS, if you think they're worth it for your car or not. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video on the track day. Peace. What's up guys, welcome back to another G35 video. Good nap. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next week at the track. Right now I just gotta go to sleep and get ready for the track day. 1, 2. Nice and flat. No. No. Oh my God.